Hello, today I'm building in Chestnut Ridge and I just can't stop building with this new pack. I I don't know, I feel like it's one of the best packs in a long time. It's like the same feeling I had when Cottage Living came out, but I feel like so much more because I haven't gotten build items that I really like in a long time. So like these wallpapers and the roof texture, whatever it is, the roof paint, amazing. It's like all things that I've been needing in my builds to make them like feel a little bit more rustic and a little bit more like weathered and worn down. And so this is another little bonus video. I wasn't going to post a video this Thursday, but I've been excited and I didn't want to wait a while to post my first build video using the pack. So I made sure I finished this pretty quickly and I edited it. So I was like, you know what? I can get this out on Thursday and it should be completely fine. So this is a base game and horse ranch only builds. I had done a few builds before this using all of the packs, so this is my first limited pack build with it, and it's amazing. I feel like you can't even really tell that it's a limited pack because it just feels like everything just looks like CC, and I'm obsessed with it. And my whole vision for this build was to have it be super run down, like the front porch. It's kind of broken, like some windows are missing. I had a reference picture that I can pull up before it gets too far into the video. So I'm going to pull that up now so you can kind of see what I was basing this off of. So here's the picture. It is not a build in Texas or Arizona, like I'm pretty sure the pack is based off of. It's from Wisconsin, but I just liked the run down feel of it. And all I was really doing was to get a general shape of what I wanted to build because I don't know, I haven't been good at coming up with my own shape for what houses look like. And I had seen this one. I think I just looked up creepy or haunted like bit houses in the South or something. I don't know. This somehow came up. It's literally labeled under creepy or haunted houses. And I liked it. And so that was the whole basis for this, where the porch is kind of messed up. Like in the picture, a few of the windows were completely missing and only one was really intact. Well, intact. It's kind of crooked, but you can't do that in The Sims. Even with Tool, it doesn't work. So I don't know. I did my best. I did it using half walls and different columns and putting only one window in that section on the front right. And that's kind of how I figured at this point. I don't have debug stuff yet because I was waiting for Better Build By to get updated. And so I do just the general shape and the image that I want the build to have, and then I go back in and I start placing debug items around because I had to wait. But I couldn't wait to start it. I was just like, oh, I was waiting. I was like, okay, I want to do this build for Thursday, but Better Build By is not updated yet, but I don't want to wait to start it. So I'm just going to start it and then I'll go from there. And I didn't have to wait that long. It got updated very quickly. I think it was the same day at while it was happening. It got 2 hot fixes, so this was before the second hot fix. So the UI was a little bit messed up, I realized later on, but it didn't really matter that much. But yeah. So I just start the general idea of the house, and then once I get debug again, I'm able to kind of start pulling out things that help it to look a little bit more broken down. Kind of has an abandoned feel to it. I didn't do that for the interior. The interior just looks nice and it just looks like someone's living there. So maybe the outside is just harder to keep up with. So yeah, the debug items in this pack, by the way, are gorgeous. Everything, these trees, that fallen down tree is probably one of the best items I've seen in a long time. I had my first build with this pack was on stream and I was doing a little starter home. And I didn't have Better Build By yet, but I just put the cheats on that helps me to at least unlock the debug items. And I was blown away with everything. And I hadn't even seen everything because, of course, you could easily miss stuff in the normal debug like menus without Better Build By. And yeah, so here is where I start like taking the pieces of wood that are kind of like from a fence and I just add them to the windows. I've done it before in like a haunted bed and breakfast build that I did a couple of years ago now for a friend's shell challenge, and I haven't done it in a while, but that's what I knew I wanted to use because this is base game and horse ranch only. So I had a general idea of what I was going to use to make it look a little bit more broken. And this part is what I was waiting for. When I got the pack and I'd seen these shutters that we could just place on any window, I was like, okay, I need to use tool to make them crooked because you can't make crooked windows in the game, which is really sad because I always want to make a haunted house, and a lot of reference pictures for haunted places have like windows that are kind of like not symmetrical and some are leaning. And that's what I really wish that I could do with my builds, and this is the closest I could get to it because it kind of creates an illusion that some of the windows are like on a slant when they're not. So I'm going to be doing that pretty much all the time. Sadly, Tool was having problems and my game crashed, not during this build, but during another build, and I have to redo a lot of the stuff. But Tool also got another hotfix, so everything should be okay. I've got a lot of builds planned that I'm excited for, and I feel like this pack kind of like got me like interested in interiors again, because like I feel like every single video I complain about interiors and I'm like, yeah, so I did the entire exterior, super fun. The interior, I was miserable and I didn't know what to do. It doesn't feel that way anymore. It doesn't feel like a chore to kind of complete an interior. And with just 2 packs, it was very, very easy. It was very quick. I haven't been cluttering a super large amount. So if you've seen some of my earlier videos, I like went all out on cluttering because I thought that's what I kind of had to do. But lately, I've just been putting in like bulk of the furniture and then just adding little decorative pieces around, which is okay. I think this part of the build is my favorite right there. I like took a little picture of it to send to my friend because I was like, I love this. The like rusty car and like the barrels and the cow plant skull above the stable area is beautiful. I also made a basement. I knew that I wanted like a cellar where you make wine. And I think I forgot to show that in the intro video where I show like the floor plan. I think I forgot to go into the basement because I almost never make basements. It's a very small one though. It is literally just a box, enough space to have the wine maker, and that's about it. That's down there. But yeah, this build gave me a little bit of issues with the window placement because I really just wanted the like one single window like in the middle of the side of the house, but as I'm placing walls around, it kind of gets in the way, so I have to like redo that on both sides too. I think the only other thing that caused me an issue was the bathroom placement. I also extend the house a little bit later on because I realized that I could do that and I don't have to stick with a very small floor plan because it was very small. I didn't know how to fit most things, and the entire time I wanted to use the new piano that came with the new pack because it's beautiful and I haven't been able to use it yet, and that was kind of like my one thing for downstairs that I needed. But here's the bathroom. Surprisingly, it's functional. I do play test that at least because I'm just like, Megan, I think that you're kind of pushing it here with this weird tiled bathroom to fit in a shower, a sink, and a toilet. I would have loved to have used the new bathtub, but there wasn't enough space, and there wouldn't be enough space because I wanted at least like the window to be open by the stair area because I thought that it would be nice and less like suffocating if you walk up the stairs and it's just like you're met with 3 doors in your face. So I like really needed to keep the bathroom this size. And that's just what I was worried about. I was like, okay, well, Sims need a half tile to like get around things. So I thought that maybe the toilet would work, but it does work. I don't know if I cut out me playtesting or not, but it's functional. And this is a 2-bedroom home. For some reason, I placed most of the furniture down without um doing wallpaper. I've been doing that a lot lately, like accidentally. I've been building in like a strange way for me that I'm not used to. Like on stream, I was just like, I didn't put windows in for a long time. And like one of my friends who watches my stream was like, "Are you gonna put windows?" And I'm like, "I'm getting there." But yeah, so I've been like building in a weird order that I don't normally build in. So the wallpaper apparently gets in last. And I think that's just because I was really trying to see how much furniture I could fit and understand the floor plan a little bit better. I guess at this point I didn't know if the bathroom was going to work because I'm sure that I didn't cut it out, but maybe I did. Who knows? I guess I won't dwell on it. Also, my other favorite part of this build is this desk area. It's just so simple, but it like makes me feel happy and like comforted. Like I don't know, it reminds me of Animal Crossing. I think anything that kind of reminds me of Animal Crossing decorations makes me feel comforted and happy. And that area did because it's literally just like a desk with a couple of clutter items and it just feels nice. And so I use the base game wall sconces that I do almost never use, but they seem like they would fit in really well with this like farmhouse aesthetic. And so I used it in a like a whiter cream tone, which I know I've never used. I've definitely tried to use the like the first swatch of it, which is like a warm wood color. And so I've never actually looked through the swatches because I don't usually use those. But they worked perfectly for this and I really liked it. And yet also another weird order is that I did the upstairs before I even did the downstairs. I usually swap it. I don't know what happened. I was just, I don't know, my brain, something changed because I was so excited about building with this. So yeah, I'm really trying to fit in this piano. And the whole time I was just like, Megan, I don't want to lose the piano. Why do whenever I say like what's going through my head, for some reason I'm making it seem like I'm talking to myself and like directly calling myself by my name. I don't know why, but yeah, see, I extended out a little bit because I was like, okay, the piano could fit if I do that. And originally I wanted the piano in the dining room area because I thought it would be really cute. I didn't think there'd be enough space, so I didn't end up doing that at all. But yeah, it's a very simple layout. I originally wanted a bathroom downstairs, but I forgot. And so I'm glad that I was able to fit a shower upstairs because my other plan was just make that a half bathroom and then I would do a full bathroom downstairs, but I didn't do that. So thankfully, I was able to make it work upstairs. But yeah, see, I just make a tiny living room off to the back that has beautiful items from the new pack. The new coffee table, I'm obsessed with. Everything, just the wood grain in this pack is so pretty and it just feels like CC. And it's like reminds me of the Snowy Escape wood swatches where there's not a lot and didn't really go with a lot in the game. And then this comes and I feel like it's like the same sort of texture and there's lots of different colors for it and I'm obsessed with it. Unfortunately, we didn't get any new like fridges or stoves in this pack, which I wish that we did. It's fine, I guess. Another thing I noticed was that the cabinets, it's hard to find a swatch that matches the bottom of the cabinet. A lot of the upper cabinets just match the countertop, which I found was odd. I don't really know about real life design, so I don't know if that's just like a normal thing to match wood cabinet with the wood of the countertop instead of the cabinet below. But I've noticed that there's at least one missing swatch with that. I don't know if it happened in this one, but I know it happened on stream when I was doing the starter home. So I didn't even look. I just kind of picked the ones that matched the top of it, and it's fine because when the walls are down, you don't even really see it at all. And yeah, so what else do I do in here? I feel like I've been talking for so long, and it really hasn't even been that long. It's like 14 minutes, but I used to do these like speed build voiceovers and like 2 or 3 goes. So I'd stop and kind of like pause and let me just like bring my thoughts all together again. And now I'm not. But I really like how the dining room turned out. I like the cabinet with all the dishes. I almost never use those because it's so hard to find different like things like that. I don't even know which area they're in, but when I do a limited pack build, it's so much easier to sort through the items and find them. Especially just like did a lot of sorting with just Horse Ranch because I wanted to use as many of the new items as I can, and I used a good amount of them for the build to be so small, I think. But yeah, I think it just works great with base game. Like if you just had base game and you wanted a pack and you liked the style, I feel like you could do a lot with it. And you can make a lot of different sorts of builds with this. Like I'm excited to make a witchy cottage in a forest with this. I'll probably do it in Chestnut Ridge though, in one of the grassy areas, just because I love the new world. I love the lighting in the world. It's just like, I don't know. And that's my favorite chair in that floral swatch. I'm going to add it to all of my builds now. It's just like, I don't think I hate any of the items in this pack at all. I feel like I'm going to use all of them, at least the interior. I feel like the windows I didn't really like that much, but I think I'm just picky with windows. But the base game ones work great with the new shutters, so it really doesn't matter that much because the shutters kind of give the windows the feel that I'm after anyway, especially that I can use tool to like rotate them and stuff. So having the shutters separate from windows is like a game changer for me because now I can just do that with any window I want. And I'm not limited to just like using the same window and not being able to use tool on it because you can't use tool for windows. And it just worked out really nice and I really liked it. I think that the end of the video is nearing. I'm pretty sure that I just are putting more clutter around. And because I realized that there wasn't really a lot going on in here, so I just go through all the menus and I'm searching and I'm placing a lot of the new decor items around and whatever I feel like works well. But yeah, that's the whole video, I believe. I think I had a trash can. I do. I remembered this time. I never do. Set in the back so it doesn't obstruct the view. But yeah, thank you for watching. You can find me on Twitch. I'm doing a legacy challenge. Mondays and Thursdays is kind of, I think, going to be the loose schedule. So yeah, thank you. Bye.